Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 4 pregame show. I'm Brady Richard, joined by my partner Carter Zaromsky. This week's another good matchup for the Eagles. It's the battle of the unbeatens in the CFC. Both these teams are 3-0. The Carthage Tigers are visiting the Nixa Eagles this week in Nixa, Missouri, and I'm looking forward to a fun game tonight. Carter, how are you feeling?
This is the fourth week in a row where it's been a great game. First we had Republic, then Webb City, then Joplin, and now Carthage. 4 great teams in a row. It's certainly, as we've seen, been a challenge for Nixa with, unnecessary penalties, letting drives go too long, letting up points. But, as you know, there's been 3 weeks of development, 3 weeks to make change as well, and I expect this game to be a great game for both teams.
And last week, Nixa traveled to Joplin. They picked up the win over the Joplin Eagles 28-14. And Carthage picked up the win last week as well. So they meet now, and only one of these teams will come out undefeated after this week. Nixa, last week, playing out, they just didn't play their best football out there. It was a close game all the way through the game. Then at the very end, they ended up pulling away. But that was a great, I think in that fourth quarter, really all came together, and they kind of locked in and got it done. It was Coach Perry's 200th win of his career, so congratulations to Coach John Perry. But now to talk about Carthage for a bit. Now, Carthage is a team, like we said, 3-0, but they like to run the ball like Republic and Webb City, and Joplin ran the ball a lot as well, as I was expecting them to pass. But they're led by their senior quarterback Zane Browning. He started every JV game the past 2 years, but now he's finally getting a chance this year at quarterback, and obviously he's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely someone to look out for. That's definitely a new face on the team, chemistry starting to build, but, been JV a while, been with the younger guys. So I do believe that he will be great for this Carthage offense, and definitely some QB runs in there as well. Like Brady said, they like to run the ball, and like Webb City, there could be that QB rush there as well, and that's definitely a key for Nixa to watch that QB run, because that was definitely a problem against Webb City.
Yeah, and Carthage also lost one of their biggest weapons. They're going to got to replace him. He had 1,276 yards and 20 touchdowns last year. That's Collins for them, and he did pretty well against Nixa last year as well. But Carthage overall, kind of like Joplin, like Webb City, just historically, they know how to win, especially in Southwest Missouri. They are 99-23 in the past 10 years, so very successful, and they were 9-2 last year, so looking to keep the winning going this week. But now let's talk about Nixa for a moment. They're led by Adam McKnight, who I thought had some pretty good balls last week. Obviously, had that one to Carter May that scored the touchdown. He had a really good throw to Scholar Brown that got called back due to a holding call. But he looked a lot more confident last week and looked very well on the offensive end. But someone I think they need to get going more is Jaden McCaster. Joplin found a way to stop him last week, and I'm sure Carthage is looking to do the same thing. But once he gets going, he's hard to stop.
For sure. You definitely see quite lengthy runs from him. He can turn up the field very, very quickly. And like Brady mentioned, there was that throw to Carter Mabe, and Adam McKnight and Carter Mabe have been building this connection with 4 touchdowns over the past 3 games. It's definitely been impressive to watch, with someone able to just bring in those balls like that. But also, like Brady said, Jaden McCaster was able to be stopped versus Joplin, and that was a problem which caused Nixa to not perform as well as we thought they were. But, as you know, we have a home field advantage. The Dirty Birds are definitely very excited for this game, and that could bring some extra pressure that is needed for this Nixa team.
Yeah, and that's a point of emphasis to talk about. Nixa, just their second home game this year. They went away, home, away, back home. They're going to be back home next week for homecoming. But this atmosphere around here, the lights get going, the crowd gets loud. It's really a tough place to play at, if not the toughest place to play at in Southwest Missouri. And talking about Nixa's defense real quick, their run defense just was not very good last week. Those 2 brothers were just tearing it up all over Nixa last week on Joplin, and I think all their touchdowns were from running plays. So Nixa's got to do a better job there, set the edge, get off those blocks quickly, and get the running back down. Now in the secondary, though, I thought they were pretty solid. I think they had an interception. They called it incomplete. I think it was an interception, but, that's in the past. You can't really change that. But this defense is going to have to step up tonight, especially that running defense. Those linebackers, defensive linemen need to do their job tonight against a team that heavily likes to run the ball.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be another one of those keys to the game for Nixa, getting those linebackers in there in the D-line, getting off those blocks, being able to stop the run. We saw a little bit of that versus Joplin, but it wasn't very consistent, and Nixa's defense did let up some runs here and there. So that is definitely going to be something that we'll be watching tonight, watching that Nixa defense, the D-line and the linebackers stopping that run immediately. And like Brady said, setting the edges. The outside run has definitely been a problem.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they're not very consistent with it. And, you say, oh, they see flashes of the good run defense, but whenever you play a good team like Carthage or you get into the playoffs, you don't want to see the flashes. You want to see consistent, good run defense that shuts them down. And I think that's something Nixa just needs to work on, and as they go farther into the season, will just come with time and practice, and they'll build more chemistry with each other. But, yeah, Carthage's defense, let's talk about them for a second. They got a lot to look out for tonight as Nixa, we talked about their high-powered offense. So they've got a lot to deal with in their hands. These teams have their past 3 matchups. Nixa has won, but after that, looks like Carthage won like 10 in a row almost. So Carthage definitely more dominant in the historical match between these two teams, but Nixa has bested them the past couple years. So Tigers visiting the Eagles, week 4. Both these teams are unbeaten. We will see who comes out on top tonight. It's looking to be a good one, and we will see you in the booth.
I'm Zoe Ward here with the Senior of the Week.
Hayden Mays.
So you're obviously a senior this year. You've been doing this for many years. How do you deal with the pressure every weekend, I guess?
I mean, this is my second year at least starting at the varsity level, and so you kind of get used to it over time, but there's always going to be pressure, and so you got to go out and just you can only do the best you can do.
Yes.
So you give it 100% no matter where you're at.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would say the same thing, knowing that you have to perform every week and everyone's always going to be watching, but Okay, what are some goals you have besides like winning the championship game, like up to get there?
I mean, nothing too specific. Just I mean, more team success this year would be amazing, and just keep building off of what I did last year. Keep improving, my different blocking skill sets, different abilities, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. As a senior this year, what many people want to know, what are you doing after this year?
So I'm going to be going to college. Maybe for track, maybe for football, I'm not sure. And I'm wanting to go into engineering. Can
you go more into detail, like what made you choose that path?
I've always been really good at math and science, and so that was kind of a natural choice for me. Engineering's always been interesting for me.
Yeah.
And so, it seemed really natural at the time.
Okay, I like that. What are you going to miss most about your team?
Just kind of the brotherhood, over the last 4 years, and even, since middle school football, we've been getting to know each other, like everyone's really close. And so, that's obviously something you're going to miss whenever you move on.
Yeah, you really are around these people 24/7. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you do amazing on the field.
I'm DK Nelson. Thank you for tuning in to the Nixa pregame show. This is the 2-minute drill. Joining me today is Jaden McCaster, running back for the Nixa Eagles. Jaden, I'm going to ask you a question. When I start that question, 2 minutes is going to start on the clock. We're going to get through as many questions as we can here.
Okay.
All right. So, Jaden, new running back coming in from DeSmit, beat us in the state championship last year. And off of that, coming off of a big year for you and looking to kind of build off of that, what are you kind of looking to see out of yourself going forward?
I think I'm definitely trying to continue that success. My goal, ever since I knew I was coming here, was trying to go back-to-back. I said I wasn't really worried about the individual goals, but I think me, since I'm playing at the next level, I can have that continued success. I think that'll help me have a lot more confidence when I do play at the next stage.
And with that, one of the biggest things with you coming here is you graduating at semester. And with that, looking towards the future, are you looking more towards football or academics?
I would say, honestly, I think it's more of a benefit academically because when you come in during the summer, you're kind of there for football, and then you kind of get put in the storm with trying to balance your academic and football life in season. So I think coming in the spring to help me balance my academic life so then I can be more focused on football when that time comes.
Yes, and with that, like the academic part of things, what are you looking to go into study with?
I think for me, I've always been leaning towards biology because I think I'm interested in the medical field. I think that's just something that has always interested me. So I think that will also help me find that structure that I need to kind of help me in college.
And you said with the medical field, are you looking to tie your medical studies into your athletics as well?
Yeah, I think I want to do some more sports related, or I think doing some either more general or going to be a surgeon, doing orthopedics or something like that, something just sports related, yeah.
All right, and as we come to the end of our 2 minutes here, what has your favorite memory been so far with the team in the short time that you've been here?
My favorite memory, let me think. I'd say probably the Republic game. I said probably probably my first touchdown, the Republic game. I think because I had like a lot of nerves going to that game, just going to a new environment. I feel like I like to prove myself all over again. And I think once I kind of scored and was able to like prove to myself that I'm the same kind of Jaden in St. Louis and in Nixa, or even better here in Nixa, I think that helped me feel like I was like a part of the community and I was here to stay.
Thank you, Jaden, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Everyone, we are live from Nixa, Missouri here for our Week 4 pregame picks presented by
Thank you for
Central
tuning
Bank.
in
We got
to
some
the
good matchups
Nixa
this week. I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Carter Zaromsky and sideline reporters Nelson and Zoe Ward, and we've got 6 games here. One was played yesterday, so we'll just go over that one, and we're going to give you our thoughts and picks on those. First up, we got Webb City taking on Ozark. Webb City proved themselves this year against Nixa, I think, and how good of a team they are on the ground, and I got them winning 49-14.
Yeah, I agree with Brady here. Webb City has definitely been dominant, holding their own against Nixa, so I'm saying Webb City's going to win 42-14.
And like we said, Webb City holding their own this season. I think their defense is going to be a little bit more stifling this week. They're going to come out with a win 42-7.
I think the same as well with Webb City over Republic 35-10.
And moving on to the next game, we got Republic heading over to Kickapoo to play them. Republic is another one of the good teams in the COC, maybe the best at compared with Nixa. So I have Republic walking into Kickapoo and coming out with a win 35-10.
Yeah, Republic is another dominant team that we've seen this season, and I have Republic winning 20-7.
And staying on the same track, I've got Republic winning 35-14, bringing it to Kickapoo.
I have Republic winning as well as 42-7.
Now for a matchup that is very far away from here, Neosho visits Waynesville. Neosho now 3-0 on the season. They look like they are contenders and not pretenders. I have them winning 35-7.
Yeah, Neosho has definitely been a surprising team this year, but Waynesville is definitely very, very angry after their losses, but I still do think Neosho will come out with the win 35-21.
And like we said, Neosho kind of a little bit of a surprise, but coming out as a high contender in the COC, I've got them winning 49-7 on the road in Waynesville.
I have Neosho winning too, 49-21.
So far, we all have the same picks on every game. Now, next game would be Joplin visiting Glendale, but they already played this week where Joplin was victorious 42-21. So we'll go right on ahead to the game of the week where Carthage is visiting here in Nixa, and it's going to be one of the highly anticipated matchups in Missouri. Both of these teams are unbeaten 3-0, and I think that Nixa is going to get it done 42-28. I think they're going to establish that run game early with Jaden McCaster, and it'll be too much for Carthage to stop.
And Nixa has definitely been dominant over these past few years, and even against a 3-0 team like Carthage, I still have Nixa winning 35-14.
And I've got Nixa winning this game, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer. Carthage has won some games and by a lot. I've got Nixa winning by 3, 31-28.
I have Nixa winning as well, not much, 35-20.
So like last week, I think we all have the same picks, but we'll see what happens and how these games play out. Once again, Brady Richard, Carter Zaromsky, we'll see you guys in the booth. You'll hear from DK Nelson and Zoe Ward throughout the game. And thank you for tuning in.
share our patriotism, we choose to do so. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please stand. Rise. Remove your headgear for the playing of not yours and not mine, but it's our national anthem. And tonight's presented by the Crimson Corps Marching Band. What a great job, the Nixa Crimson Corps. They'll be back at halftime to do their show, their 2025 competitive show, NYC Concrete Canvas. Great job, guys and gals there at Nixa Crimson Corps. Hey, we'd like to thank the Carthage Tigers. We see some more people funneling in over there. The Carthage Tigers 3-0. It's the battle of the unbeatens tonight. Coach John Guidey, of course, has taken his team and done some phenomenal things last several years. So welcome to the Nixa area Carthage fans. Folks, we couldn't do it without them. The Nixa cheerleaders, let's meet them right now. So the 2025 cheerleaders, varsity crew is Paxton Adams, Sharika Biswas, Gabby Bolke, Kylie Crabtree, McKinley Crisp, Shelby Frank, Maya Gammon, Tatum Grant, Navia Hallmeyer, Carolyn Hines, Caroline Hesh, Lucy Holgate, Reagan Huff, Danny Ippolito, Addie Kinder, Autumn Cassie, Tatum Kafarnas, America Hughes, Mackenzie Lewis, Cameron Martin, Sophia McLeod, Ava Newberry, Rylan Robinette, Lily Sellenrick, Tyler Stankowitz, Madison Storm, Kinley Sunday, and Blair Wright. Head coach for the Nixa cheer squad, Sydney Jenkins, does a fantastic job. And of course, she is assisted by Mary Hepler. We got the JV crew with us tonight as well. Let's welcome Luke Bailey, Cassidy Bodenstein, Layla Carpenter, Kylie Cook, Abby Etheridge, Zaylee Gosney, Ashlyn Johnson, Harper Catt, Kiara Cruz, Havlin Lee, Scarlett May, Mia Peebles, Jordan Russell, Isabella Tate, and Lila Young. Welcome to JV Cheerleaders. They are head coached by Brooke Harris. They do a fantastic job. Mic check. Mic check. Up. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the toughest playing field on any given Friday night. It's the state-ranked, undefeated, undeniably power-packed Nixa Eagles.
Hello, everyone, and welcome under the lights to the Palace in Nixa, Missouri. Tonight, we're going to have a fun one here between the Carthage Tigers, who are visiting the Nixa Eagles on this warm night in what should be a high-powered, action-packed game. My name is Brady Richard, alongside my partner, Carter Zaromski, and we are very excited for this game tonight. Carter, how are you feeling?
Man, this is going to be a great game tonight. I mean, we have two undefeated teams here. This is definitely going to be, like you said, action-packed. Nixa versus Carthage here in Nixa.
And
Friday Night Lights here in Nixa are amazing. I mean, the atmosphere is just great, especially with the Dirty Birds cheering.
And we welcome you all to the booth. Hello, Brady Richard, Carter Zaromski. Both of these teams are two teams that have a very strong run game. Obviously, Nixa highlighted by Jaden McCaster, and Carthage, that's what they're known for. They're flex-bone offense. They like to run the ball a lot. So this is going to be kind of a mirror match offensively, but it's two teams that are unbeaten. They're both 3-0, so we'll see how this one shapes up tonight. One of these teams is going to walk out with a loss, and one of them will stay undefeated. Nixa is looking to keep their offense, or is trying to improve their offense from these past 2 weeks. They have not looked so strong recently. McKnight with a couple interceptions. The offensive line, I'm surprised by, has not looked very strong like they usually are. So we're hoping to see some improvement tonight, and I'm sure Carthage would hope that they don't improve so they can stop them pretty easily. And it looks like Nixa is getting their captains ready. We got Jackson Cantwell, Scholar Brown, Randy Flint, and Braden Parks. And Carthage is over there in their huddle getting ready for captains as well. Carthage is going to try to come to this game and knock off one of the best teams in the state in Nixa, Missouri. A lot of people have them. Some have them number one. A lot of people have them top 5, top 3. So they're trying to prove that every single week, trying to, play better as a team, build some chemistry. What do you think they need to improve on to, solidify themselves as one of those top dogs?
One thing for sure was the run defense. We mentioned that in the pregame show. Like you said, there were flashes there, but they weren't able to consistently stop the run there. And with the power team like Carthage, that could definitely become a problem. And another issue, is those avoidable penalties like false starts, offsides, and just a lack of discipline in general. That was one of the main problems for Nixa. But it's been 3 weeks, making progress, developing. So I expect to see a lot of improvement here from Nixa. And Carthage is truly a worthy opponent here, both 3-0. It'll definitely be, like we said, a very exciting game to watch. Hopefully high scoring.
Yes, Nixa has been. That is one thing, though. Although we criticize this offense, they have been able to put points on the board, averaging well over 30 points per game so far this season, and they're looking to keep that one up. Now, captains for Carthage is looking like Landon Bland, Jordan Burnett, I think it's Burnett, Daniel Lopez, and one of the big boys up front, Byron Reels. So these teams are looking to meet in the center of the field here. We've got the coin toss from the officials, and then we should be almost underway after that. So just waiting a second here as tensions build. We got 3 minutes and 40 seconds until game time, as the anticipation begins for these two teams. You see Carthage rocking back and forth. They are ready and confident going into this one. And the stands, we look at them, the Dirty Birds are up and standing tonight. They got Country Club versus Country, I think is the theme. So they'll be rocking for their team tonight. Obviously, the city of Nixa packed out as always here. I think it's almost sold out. Stands are almost completely filled. You get a look at them right there, the Dirty Birds. And now we'll send it down to the officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your attention. Last week on the road against the Joplin High School Eagles, our very own head coach, John Perry, reached an incredible milestone with that victory. Coach Perry secured his 200th career win as a head football coach. What a remarkable achievement, and his dedications to our student athletes in the game of football. So we say congratulations, Coach Perry. It has been a true honor to have you on the football field with us. 200 wins.
We'd like to thank our official crew tonight. It's the Kennard crew. Head referee
Kennard. Umpire is Jim Gray. Linesman is Chuck Foley. Line judge is Donnie Simmons. And back judge is Kevin Elmer. So the Kennard crew tonight for our officials. Great to have those gentlemen on the field with us tonight. Tonight's captains for the Nixa Eagles will be number 0, Braden Parks. Number 2, senior Randy Flint. Number 14, Scholar Brown. Glad to have that kid here at Nixa High School. And, of course, number 79, Jackson Cantwell, our captains tonight.
Has won the toss, elected to defer to the second half.
Carthage Tigers captains tonight are number 16, Zane Browning.
So Carthage will defer and Nixa will start with the football. Carthage gets the ball to start the second half as they shake hands at midfield and get ready for this game. 50 seconds until kickoff for one of the most highly anticipated games in Missouri. Both these teams, 3-0, will meet tonight and clash for 60 minutes to see who comes out on top. Nixa's kickoff team comes out. Back receiving is Carter Mabe. I think you talked about him a little bit in the pregame show. Obviously, he's building that connection with Adam McKnight. He's got 4 touchdowns through 3 games, so averaging over a touchdown a game right now. He's someone to look out for. Randy Flint back there as well. He's been great on the defensive side of the football, doing what he needs to do, getting the job done on that side of the football. Kicking off for Carthage is number 26, Malachi Douglas. The junior is a wide receiver and defensive back, but he's going to be kicking for the Tigers as well. The stadium is rocking.
And here comes the kickoff. Carthage versus Nixa. And the ball definitely looked a little weird there, almost as if it was an onside kick. Who knows what Carthage is up to.
Yeah, there we moved it, so Douglas, we'll see what kind of trick he has up his sleeve, if there is one. And it's looking like he's just going to normally kick this one off, and it will be fielded by Mabe at the 9-yard line. So here we go to start week 4. Mabe is going to get a decent return up to the 27-yard line, and Nix's offense will come onto the field led by Adam McKnight and his company.
Like we said, some people to watch out for is Carter Mabe. You know, him and McKnight have been making some amazing connections as we've seen over the past 3 games. And, of course, Jaden McCaster definitely establishing that ground game will really help this Nixa offense.
First play of the game for the Eagles. Cantwell is in motion. Chance coming from the crowd. It's a handoff to McCaster, and he's going to be swallowed up quickly and loses around 2 yards is what it looks like the officials will mark. And 2nd and 12 will come up for the Eagles. Good way to get going on the defensive end from the Tigers.
Yeah, that looked like number 20 there. Landon Bland was able to get around Jackson Cantwell to get the tackle.
And he was one of their captains, so setting the tone early for this Carthage team. We got Brown in motion. It's another handoff. McCaster left side. He's going to try to move forward, and he is eventually dragged down. And I think he'll just get right back to where they started, if not a yard more. And 3rd and 8 now for the Nixa Eagles.
And so far, so good for this Carthage D-line. They've been able to get the past 2 stops here. Like we said, getting McCaster those yards was definitely going to be a key to the game. But so far, Carthage has been able to stop him, but then again, it's only been 2 plays.
3rd and 8 early in the game for Nixa. They got a big 3rd down. McKnight's going to drop back. He's looking to the right of the field. It's a deep ball to Randy Flint. He's got to step on his man, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Randy Flint. And what a way to get started for the Eagles.
When you see Randy Flint on offense, you know he's going to be a problem. The guy mainly plays defense. When John Perry puts him on the offensive side of the ball, you know it's going to go to him, and you know he's going to catch it.
Let's look at this replay here. McKnight uses that arm of his, and Flint just immediately got past his man, Jet Dalton. He's down here as a linebacker, so I mean, a guy that runs maybe a 4.4, maybe, I don't know unofficially how fast he is, but I know in track he runs a 10-second 100, so he's just going to fly past his man there and get wide open.
And the extra point by Brandon Kemke is good. Nixa 7, Carthage 0. Nixa with an early lead into the game, but here comes Carthage's offense steamrolling the ball, trying to get up the field to tie up this game.
Yeah, so Carthage's offense is going to have to get going here quickly. Nixa on their home field gets the crowd into it now as they have all the momentum this early in the game. They lead 7-0 after that quick touchdown. Back to receive for Carthage is number 2, Landon West, and number 9, Carson Womack. For Jonah Fields, or for Nixa, Jonah Fields will be kicking off the ball, and we will get to see the first this Nixa defense on the field for the first time. Got to be ready for that run game, of course, like we talked about. Here's the kickoff. Fields will send it down the Tigers' way, caught at the 4-yard line, and he will have an opening up the middle. He's going to break a tackle and move upfield for a sizable gain up to maybe the 33-yard line, and that will be decent field position for Carthage.
Like Brady said there, this Nixa defense has been struggling a little bit, containing that run. There have been flashes, but not enough consistency to cut those drives short. So let's see if Nixa's defense has improved since their game against Joplin.
Yeah, and one of the big things against Joplin is that they were able to get around on the edge. So Nixa's linebackers and defensive ends need to get around there and set the edge, not allow that to happen, force them inside to where everything is happening. We got to roll out, and he's going to option it out back for a good gain up to a little past the 40 there was Landon West on the carry.
Tackle there made by number 13, Wyatt Mabe. He's able to contain that outside really well. And that's definitely been an issue, but Wyatt Mabe is definitely one of Nixa's best defensive players, and responding to a trick play like that is a great job.
And yeah, Wyatt Mabe, he's really, ever since that Webb City game, he's risen up in this depth chart and made an impact immediately there. Nixa gets a good stop, but they will get the first down before. So new set of downs for the Carthage Tigers, but good to see from Nixa's defense there getting the stop early.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a bit more of that. If you're able to slow them down and only get those gains all game, then Nixa will surely win. But in that scenario, there was a little bit left to go, and it was a first down. But overall, that is a positive for Nixa.
So Zane Browning will have his man move in motion, 2 in the backfield with him. Hand it off up the middle, and he will move forward for a decent margin up to the 49-yard line. That was West once again.
And that's a little bit of an uncomfortable amount of yardage to gain there. I mean, on a play like that, a power play, that gaining around 5 yards like they did, I mean, the defense has got to be able to stop them there. So, although we were just optimistic, there was, again, that inconsistency there from Nixa's defense.
Yeah, and, kind of an old saying, if you can get 5 yards every time you hand the ball off, you're going to win the game pretty easily. So, got to step up on that. But Browning will find a hole now, slipping tackles and moving into Nixa territory just past the 40-yard line. There again, the quarterback run hurts Nixa's defense, and they are able to pick up a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, it's bad when the defensive back has to tackle the quarterback, and that's what happened with number 0, Braden Parks. The D-backs aren't usually the guys that make those running tackles, but that's definitely not a great sign.
Yeah, but they need to be there when they need them, of course. They're the kind of the second wave of defense. Now in motion is Brody Jackson. Browning will keep it himself, try to find a hole, and Will spins off Reed Wilson for a few extra yards. Second and short coming up for the Tigers.
Yeah, the QB run is definitely a problem. We haven't seen much of that since Webb City, and that was a problem versus Webb City as well. So Carthage could be utilizing that against Nixa there, as they are already in Nixa territory.
2nd and 3, almost halfway through this first quarter. They are on Nixa's 30. Once again, man comes in motion. It's a handoff to West, who's going to move forward for a gain and pick up the first down as well with it. Up to Nixa's 24 now is Carthage, and this drive is looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, the Carthage run has definitely established itself so far with the quarterback and the running back, and even with that trick play there, confusing the Nixa defense. That's what you want to try to do, because despite its setbacks, Nixa's defense is still very great, and tricking them is one of the best things you can do.
Browning will hand it off once again. West is going to get stopped quickly in the backfield now, this time by the defensive line. They got to him fast there. Caden Flood will be credited with the tackle with a loss of a yard.
And that's what we like to see there. If there's a bit more consistency behind that, then the Nixa's opponents wouldn't score that many points. But then again, that is a great stop there by Caden Flood. He's definitely one of the more consistent ones on the defensive line, and he's a great playmaker.
Browning will keep it here, and he's got an opening now to the right side, trying to get around the edge, but Wyatt Mabe is able to get in front of him and stop him as he has help from his teammates. Good play, Wyatt Mabe, to slow him down.
Wyatt Mabe is able to make those tackles there on crucial run plays, getting it to a third down, and that's what we see out of him, that game-winning tackle versus Webb City. He's got that clutch gene, able to stop when you need it, but this is definitely a very intense third down. The stadium's shaking right now. The Dirty Birds are up on their feet. Here we go.
Yes, big third down here. Start of the game for Carthage on their first drive in motion. Browning hands it off, and he will move forward, get a marginal gain, and Nixa will stop him short of the sticks. So fourth down coming up for Carthage, and I assume they would go for it here. But we will see what they do. It'll be 4th and 3 if they do decide to, and it's looking like their offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, Nixa, we've seen, like Webb City, they did go for it on 4th down most of the times, and it was a problem. Nixa wasn't that great on stopping those 4th down conversions, especially when it's pretty manageable here.
4th and short, big play early in this football game. Browning, direct snap. He's going to try to move upfield. He gets stopped by his own teammate and will get brought down by Ty Kellis short of the sticks. And Nixa will take over on their own 18-yard line. The defense finally rises up and gets a stop, and the offense will return to the field.
And that is what you like to see, ladies and gentlemen, those stops in crucial moments like that. It definitely improved on that, working hard in practice. And that is just a great sign to see there as Nixa's offense comes back onto the field.
Rob Richardson is hyped up now with his defense, but here's Jaden McCaster now on the handoff. Oh, if he got loose there, I think he might have taken that one all the way to the house. But he will get tripped up at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it seemed like, Scholar Brown blocking was a bit in the way, but in his defense, there were 2 Carthage defenders right there.
So turbo offense for the Eagles. They get to the line quickly. Here's a handoff to McCaster, who rides his offensive line for maybe 4 yards. It looks like he might have gotten the first down, but they mark him short. 3rd and, I think, inches now. Or now they're going to give the first down to Nixa, so Chain Gang will move on ahead, and Nixa will have the first down. Scholar Brown in motion. Here is a new formation. Direct snap to McCaster, going to be Wildcat, and he will be taken down after a short gain. I think flag is going to get thrown for a legal formation, or possibly offsides.
Yeah,
we'll see from the white cap here.
During the play, illegal shift, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So a legal shift on Nixa is going to send them back 5 yards for 1st and 15.
Yeah, there were 3 men in motion there. Jackson Cantwell, Scholar Brown, Adam McKnight as well. So, yeah, that checks out. But here comes a 1st and long.
McKnight to McCaster. He's going to break free and bring some defenders with him and get a decent amount of that lost yardage back for the Eagles.
There we go. McCaster's definitely starting to establish the ground game, gaining some momentum there. We've seen some good runs from him like there cutting the yardage in half for the first down. And that is what we like to see. He's definitely had his moments, but, in that Webb City game, he definitely didn't play a lot due to that tightness in his leg, but now he is fully healthy and ready.
It was a 10-yard gain from McCaster. He's going to move out in motion now. McKnight with the direct snap is moving right and gets sandwiched there past the 35-yard line up to maybe the 36. So he will just be short of the first down. 3rd and short for Nixa, and they've got to capitalize here, especially after that big 4th down stop from their defense deep in their own territory. You want to see them put points on the board.
Yeah, Adam McKnight has been pretty efficient with his legs, though. I mean, when you least expect it, he'll take a direct snap and run the ball.
And here's another Wildcat formation. No motion this time to avoid the flag. To McCaster, he's going to try to move upfield. He just needs a yard, and he will get that and more for the first down. New set of chains for the Eagles.
Yeah, and no flag on the plays. There's only one motion from Scholar Brown. And the play will completely work out in Nix's favor as they get a first down, slowly creeping their way into Carthage's territory.
Just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Owen Locke in motion now. He's going to fake the flip to him, and McCaster's wide open on the opposite side of the field. That one was a little, I think it maybe just went through his hands. It was over the shoulder, and he just wasn't tracking it well. But I think Carthage was holding their breath there for a second as McCaster had a wide open field in front of him. They could have taken it for the touchdown possibly, but incomplete pass for Nixa instead.
Here comes the second down. Nixa looking to gain back some of that lost momentum there after that play.
Cantwell moves in motion. McKnight now to McCaster. McCaster's trying to break free, but is taken down at the 45-yard line. And we'll pick up a decent gain for Nixa as 3rd and manageable will come up.
And Graham Kubik there was taken out of the game for Jax Adams, but McCaster is still in the game. Looks like he'll be playing kind of that halfback formation there.
Fakes the handoff to McCaster. He's got Adams right in front of him. He's going to flip the ball to him, and Adams is taken down. Looks like almost by the helmet, but no flag there. Will be a clean tackle and 4th down and 3 for Nixa. And they will send the punt team out, not wanting to try this one in midfield. But I don't know. In this situation, I would almost go for this because you're kind of in that no man's land area. Your defense just made a statement getting that stop. I would trust my offense to throw them back out there, but they elect to send out the punt team.
Sometimes playing it safe is playing it best, and punting in this area, it'll set the receiver pretty far back as their receiver's at the 10-yard line.
Timeout, Nixa.
Timeout called by the Eagles.
She's got everything, something warm to eat, cold to drink. Make sure you go see Lydia. Tell her we said hello from the press box to Lydia.
I'm DK Nelson here with the reliable sideline report. Randy Flint talked to me last week about becoming a star player on the team, becoming a leader, and leaving a legacy. Well, he just had a big play into the end zone, long pass from Adam McKnight, and he's getting that legacy started. Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, DK, for that message there. Back receiving for Carthage is Tate Nichols, number 8. Nichols is going to punt here with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. There's a high boot from Jonah Fields. It will take a Nixa bounce inside the 10 and to the 6, maybe the 7-yard line there. And that is where Carthage will take over. Last drive, they were stopped deep in Nixa territory on the way, and they were approaching the score. but Nixa's defense finally stepped up when they needed to and denied them, but now they'll get a chance to tie it up here.
That was a great punt there by Jonah Fields. You know, it did look a little bit high, but he put some good spin on it, able to put Carthage inside the 10 in a very dangerous area there.
1st and 10 inside their own 10 now for Carthage. Browning's going to hand it off to West, and he's going to run straight into the Eagles' defensive line for looked like a minimal game, but he might have been able to turn that into a little bit more, turned it into 3 yards as we are nearing the end of the first quarter, 40 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, and with Carthage being so far back, there's that little extra motivation, push him back. It should be easy, but running back was able to get a sizable gain there, but clock is running out for the first quarter.
And not surprising that Carthage is going to try to play conservative and run it here, as you don't want to maybe get a pass or you want to get a little breathing room, as he's just going to fall over there. Browning, I think, tripped on his own teammate again, and we are under 10 seconds now, winding down, and I think Carthage is just going to let this clock run out. So at the end of this first quarter, Nixa scored on their very first drive and made it 7-0, and we have been stuck there ever since. We'll be back after this short break.
Air Services is ready to install your ultimate game day upgrade. Make your home the MVP of your neighborhood with Gemstone Lights. Create custom patterns, animations, and colors. Get Gemstone Lights today and take your outdoor lighting game to the next level.
Don't get nervous, call Air Services today.
And welcome back from that short break there. Second quarter is underway. Nixa leads 7-0. If you're just now joining us, I am Brady Richard alongside my partner Carter Zaromsky, as we have been stuck at 7-0 for 10 minutes now, as these two defenses have been able to get some stops. Carthage is trying to tie up the game. Now deep in their own territory, they are faced with a 3rd and 10. Where Nixa has struggled all year, but looking to step up now and get their second stop of the game.
3rd and long, but that hasn't stopped anyone before. I mean, Nixa's defense has definitely been a bit more inconsistent on that 3rd and 4th down, with that added pressure. But here we go, start of the 12th quarter. I mean, second quarter.
And we've seen a lot of runs here, but might see a pass from Carthage now, and here he goes. He's going to drop back with the fake. Look over the middle of the field, and it's hauled in at the 21-yard line.
Pass
by Tate
Browning
Nichols. He found the soft spot in the defense and picks up the first down for Nixa on 3rd and long.
That'll be good enough for a first down. Tackled by number 7 for the Nixa Eagles, Reed
but
Wilson.
It was definitely needed there in that moment, and it paid
That'll
off.
Move the ball up to the 21.
Carthage
First
with
and 10,
some added
Carthage.
hope there to tie this game up, and they do get the ball in the second half, which is an added bonus.
And that was the first pass we saw there from Browning, but it looked pretty solid from him. Tight spiral, good throw, as he's going to keep the ball. Or no, the fake in around. I mean, that thing even fooled me. Ball came out there at the end, but they're going to call him down.
Handoff goes to Tiger number
handoff
4,
was to Brody Jackson. I mean, I'll admit it, that play
Brought
fooled
down
me
by
right
number
there. I was
7
staring
for the
right
Nixa
at
Eagles, Reed
Browning. I
Wilson.
thought he had the ball, but the end around was able to pick up the first down for Carthage, as they are now moving closer to Nixa territory up to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 at the start of the second quarter for the Tigers. Browning hands it off to West. He's going to move left and pick up a decent gain there, maybe 3 or 4.
Something I've noticed over these past few games, on 1st and 2nd downs, Nixa has been a bit more consistent with their stopping the run, but 3rd and 4th down in those crucial moments, it has definitely become harder, and that is definitely something they need to work on. But here is 2nd down. Let's see if they're able to get a good stop.
Yeah, 3rd down has been a key issue for them so far. Here, Browning will keep it, and move forward through the middle of the defense and just kind of slipped through the hole there and got a good amount of yardage and sets up 3rd and short.
Here comes that crucial 3rd down that we were talking about, especially when it's shorter like this. It's definitely been an issue for the Nixa defense. Let's watch and see how this goes.
So 3rd and short for Carthage. Big 3rd down here. Nixa's looking to get another stop. They already let up a 3rd and long earlier this drive. This time they're going to hand it off to Weston. The defensive line will meet him at the line of scrimmage and stop him for 4th down. We'll see what Carthage does here. They went for it last time. They were in this position on 4th down, but they were deep in Nixa's territory that time. So Carthage faces a 4th and 2.
This is definitely a crucial 4th down here. Keeping the drive alive to tie up the game and then eventually get that ball back in the 2nd quarter. Increases their winning chances dramatically. And it looks like here they will be going for it.
They, like you said, they will go for it. 4th and 2. Direct snap. And he will be swallowed up immediately. The Eagles rally to him quickly and get the stop on 4th down for the 2nd time this game.
And there we go. Nixa's defense has been more consistent here, and that is what we love to see. Nix will now get the ball back in Carthage's territory, hoping to up the score 14-0.
And the whole defense was there for that stop. All had a key role in that, bringing down the running back. So the Eagles offense will trot back onto the field. 4 wide receivers out. Randy Flint is on the field, so got to look out for him. And it's an option for McKnight, and he's going to keep it and spin free up near the 1st down marker. He's going to be 3 yards short.
There is something I talked about a bit earlier in the game. McKnight's run ability happens when you least expect it, and on the start of a drive is definitely a great way to do that, bringing up a 2nd and short.
I think that was an RPO. He had Flint going out for the screen. He could have handed off if he wanted to. But same formation here. Brown in motion. It's a handoff to McCaster this time. He's going to bounce outside and try to get around the edge, but dragged out of bounds. Flags fly in from the far side of the field. We'll check up on that and see what that is. Might be holding on the offense there. Whenever you get outside like that, a hold could help you. We will look to the white cap here.
During the play, holding, offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, 2nd down.
So holding, 10-yard penalty for the offense. That'll make it 2nd and 13 for the Nixa Eagles. And now it'll be much harder for them to move up the field. Now holding is a penalty that can kill a drive, and Nixa will have to overcome one here. McKnight's going to drop back, look downfield. It's Randy Flint again. He's open and little bit off from McKnight, and almost the big play will fall incomplete just in front of Randy Flint, and 3rd and long will come up.
That throw definitely did have the power, but it was a little bit up and to the left, as you guys saw on the replay. Definitely very unfortunate here.
3rd and long for the Eagles. 7 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the first half. McKnight looks to the sideline as Brown is in motion. McKnight's going to look to pass. He's moving around in the pocket. He's going to step up and try to run for it, and he gets tripped down just short of the 40-yard line. Good tackle from number 56, Joshua Hill. The senior there was able to get to McKnight and bring him down as he tried to use his legs there to break free.
Here comes the special teams ready to punt the ball, and this is definitely a very hard spot to punt here in Carthage's territory. This could easily go into the end zone there and result in a touchback, but we did see that spin there from Jonah Fields on the last punt, so let's see what happens.
Nix's offense has to punt again here. High kick from Fields. He's going to need some backspin on that, and it will just get past the special teams. So it will be a touchback for Carthage, and they'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. And we will go to a sideline report with Zoe Ward.
The sponsorship that you need.
There's a handoff left side. Big hit from Reed Wilson. Sent the runner flying back. And Tate Nichols was able to pick up a decent gain there.
Tate Nichols, that's definitely someone we've seen a bit this game. I mean, you know, he's been returning, been getting the ball, and that's definitely someone to watch out for the rest of the game, you know, making plays here and there.
2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain from Tate Nichols. Like you mentioned, we've heard a lot from the junior this game. He's been all over the place. In motion now, he will keep the ball. Browning is going to look right, and he's got a man just out of reach for Brody Jackson as he was open, but not able to connect there. And 3rd down and short now for Carthage.
And those deep passes can be especially hard for these high school quarterbacks learning to control their power. And that's what we saw from McKnight earlier, what happened on last play. But it is a 3rd down here, Carthage in their own territory. Very crucial if they want to score.
3rd and short. The Eagles Stadium is rocking. Eagles defense is faced with another 3rd down. Will they get it done here? He's going to flip it out to West, and he will be close to the marker. We'll see what the official rules. They got him short right now. And I think they will spot them short. It'll be 4th and 1, maybe even inches for the Tigers. And the Nixa defense has another opportunity to get a 4th down stop.
So far, it looks like Carthage is going for, I mean, who wouldn't in this scenario? Less than half of the 2nd quarter left, trying to score to tie the game and get the ball back in the 2nd half. So it is an extremely crucial 4th down for the Carthage Tigers.
4th and short. There's a flip out right, and he's going to dive forward. West, I believe, will pick up the 1st down. And good play call from Coach Guidey there to just get the yard they needed and have a fresh set of downs on their own 31. Like you mentioned, Carthage gets the ball to start the 2nd half, so if they can score here, that'd be huge considering how well their defense has played.
For sure, and like you said, that was an amazing play call. They're just not focusing on the field ahead of you, but just that singular yard they needed.
Browning's going to try to move left, but get stopped by the defensive line there for a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up as we just now dropped under 5 minutes left in the 1st half.
And if Carthage wants any hope of possibly beating Nixa here, they're going to need to charge up the field with the time remaining. The clock is running, and they've got a lot of ways to go here, but they do have just enough time to do it. So they're going to have to play a bit aggressive here if they want to tie up the game and get the ball back in the 2nd half.
Yeah, Carthage has plenty of time here, 4.5 minutes left for them with 2 timeouts. Browning's going to look left to west, and he's going to slip a tackle now, moving upfield. Defender on his back will drag him down. I think that's Max Nickel there to stop the big play. But nonetheless, big chunk of yardage for Carthage there as they move over into Nixa territory near the 40-yard line, I think on the 40-yard line.
That's a very aggressive play. And like we said, power teams are usually pretty conservative with their play calling, but in a moment like this, definitely got to be a bit more aggressive. But now you don't want to give Nixa a chance to score with the time left. So now expect some more conservative plays here.
First down stops the clock for a moment here, and Browning will keep the ball, move right, run right into Reed Wilson, and still pick up some more yards. Going to be an 8 or 9 yard gain and bring up 2nd and 1 for Carthage. Moving deep, or not deep, but just moving into Nixa territory even further as we see Hunter Jensen come onto the field. He's played both ways for Nixa this season on the defensive line, and here we'll see him for the first time tonight.
The clock has dropped under 3 minutes. Very crucial here for Carthage. Chew out that clock, yet score. It's a very hard thing to do.
Fakes the handoff as Browning's got a defender right in his face. He's going to step up and try to use his legs, and he is spun around and down at the 29, but a flag flies in the backfield. Maybe holding. On improvised plays like that, linemen can kind of start the hold, trying to help their quarterback out. We'll see what the officials say.
During the play, holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And that is not.
Yes, holding on the offense. So 2nd and 12 now for Nixa, or for Carthage, excuse me. And holding can be a drive killer. They've had a solid one up to this point. So we'll see if they are able to brave the storm and keep it rolling.
Yeah, that's definitely something you don't want to see here on a crucial drive.
Browning steps back. He's looking for a receiver. He's just going to flick one forward, almost intercepted, and just drops incomplete. That one was off the fingertips of the defensive back there, and almost an interception. We'll look at the replay here to see who almost picked that one off.
Yeah, and just off the replay to the left, the quarterback got absolutely blown up there. Definitely struggling a little bit, but I hope he's okay. He is still in the game as we reach this crucial, extremely crucial 3rd down for the Carthage Tigers.
And that was Max Nickel on that last play who almost got the interception. 3rd and long for the Carthage Tigers. Browning's going to drop back, defender in his face, dumps it off to West on the screenplay, who gets some decent amount of yardage, but not enough for the 1st down. It'll be 4th and long for the Tigers. And with the way their defense has played, they're kind of in no man's land. It looks like they're going to try to go for it here. Once again, this game, Nixa has been able to stop them 2 times on 4th down. And here it's 4th and 8 instead of 4th and short.
And on the tackle there, number 60, Hunter Jensen, Mr. Two-Way, he was able to follow the run with the rest of the D-line and able to get that tackle. But it's a great job there from the D-line and a great job there by Hunter Jensen. And here we go. What could be the most crucial play of the night. 4th down with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Timeout.
And there's a timeout taken.
Carthage.
Timeout taken by Carthage.
They're first.
With 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half. So they're going to talk this one over. Try to get a play ready here to pick up this 4th and long and try to score. We'll be back after this short break. We are back from that short break there. Timeout used by Carthage in a crucial moment now at the end of the first half. They are down 7-0 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the quarter. 4th and 8. Nixa's got 2 stops on 4th down up to this point. This stadium is rocking. West moves out right as Browning drops back, looks over the middle, and it's caught in the seam for the first down. Good throw and good catch there by Cade Lawson, and an even better play call to just have that wheel route come up right there in the seam and hit him immediately before the defense could even react.
We've seen a lot of passing from Carthage's game. I mean, typically they're very conservative power team, but definitely those passes have been helping them so far.
Yeah, almost an 80% run rate for them, but we have seen lots of passes there. It's going to be a jet sweep around and maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain there. Malachi Douglas was on the carry. Wyatt Mabe comes onto the field for Nixa as we have a minute and a half left in the first half.
Wyatt Mabe's the guy you want to see out there, able to get a crucial stop.
Browning's going to hand it off to West again. He's going to move left and get taken down by Max Nickel all the way to the sideline as the clock just keeps on ticking. 3rd down now for the Tigers.
Here we go. The clock is running down. It is getting very, very tense for the two teams. Carthage trying to score type the game and then get the ball back in the second half. Nixa trying to stop this and then having that added stress of stopping them on the next drive in the second half. The stadium is shaking. Everyone's excited. Here we go.
Browning will take the snap and move upfield, get the first down for Carthage. And they will have new set of downs here in Nixa's territory. They're on the 15-yard line now. Clock is ticking, just over a minute left. They've got to score here. Direct snap, and he's going to move right, break a tackle, and find the end zone touchdown. Carthage. Jet Dalton there on the carry puts Carthage on the board with a minute left in the first half. And with an extra point, they can tie up the game. And they might have the momentum going into the second half as they will start with the ball to start the second half. Great drive from Carthage there and Coach Guidey with the amazing play calling.
The past 3.5 minutes there, they've been looking for that, and they finally get it. And here comes the extra point.
Kick is right through the uprights and good. So tie game here, 7-7. And we are going to send you down to the sideline with Zoe Ward.
Tigers 7.
I'm Zoe Ward here at the Eagles Stadium. Carthage did just score a touchdown, but the Eagles fans are still hopeful. I talked to Hayden Mays earlier, and he said the pressure is sure on, but they give 100% every Friday. So let's see what these Eagles can do. Back up to y'all in the booth.
Thank you, Zoe, there from the sideline. Tie game now, 7-7 with a minute left in the first half. Nixa has 2 timeouts and plenty of time to go down and score if they can get their offense moving here. During halftime, you'll see the Nixa Crimson Corps perform. We've got a great show coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, we still got a minute left of football.
Carter Mabe and Randy Flint, as usual, in the backfield, looking to get some yardage here with the minute left remaining. And they could score here.
Malachi Douglas on the kickoff. Sends the kick Nixa's way. It's a low kick that is fielded near the 15-yard line. Mabe's going to try to move upfield, and he will for some decent field position for Nixa up to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Nixa offense, they've got 51 seconds to try to go 67 yards.
Here we go, 51 seconds left on the clock.
We know Nix is capable of it. Randy Flint is on the field. He's played a lot of snaps this game up to this point, so I'm sure that he has to be tired. Here's a handoff to McCaster. They do have 2 timeouts, and he is picked up just right at the line of scrimmage, if not maybe a yard gained. And Coach Perry will elect to keep his timeout and trust his offense to get to the line fast. 30 seconds left in the first half. Now, McKnight is going to look right, and it's a slant to Owen Locke, who is going to get some decent yardage there up to the 46-yard line. And I think Coach Perry will use a timeout. Or no, the first down will stop the clock, so he'll keep it rolling now. McKnight looks left, slant to Scholar Brown. He's got some room now. He's going to spin free up to the 25-yard line. And now Coach Perry will want to use his first timeout as Nixa in 3 plays all the way is up to the Carthage 25-yard line. Good string of plays there. And Nixa gets going on this drive, and you just got to wonder, where was these other drives?
Absolutely. I mean, Nixa has come out with very little time, just chugging the
timeout.
ball forward and
Nixa.
able to get these plays.
Their second.
The timeout here is definitely much needed. Definitely collecting in those aggressive emotions there after those 3 amazing plays. Being calm and coordinated with the 14 seconds left on the clock to try to get the score here.
Yeah, timeout was used to stop the clock. Now 14 seconds left. Nixa can get a break and get ready for this next play coming up. Flint will stay on the field with Mabe, Locke, and Brown out wide as well. McKnight is in the backfield with McCaster. 14 seconds left. McKnight looks right to Mabe. Mabe's going to catch it and move out of bounds near the first down marker, and that one only wipes 4 off the clock as Carter Mabe is able to get a decent gain there that will bring up 2nd and short. Nixa can keep their timeout as Mabe was able to get out of bounds. Nixa now at the 16-yard line. McKnight looking left, jump ball to Scholar Brown is, just dropped in the back of the end zone. Almost was a touchdown for Nixa and a great catch from Scholar Brown, but was not able to haul it in there. Good throw from McKnight. Just slides out of his hands there.
Here comes the field goal team there. Kicker number 49, Braden Comkey, preparing to kick the field goal to up the score to 10 Nixa, 7 Carthage. Here comes the field goal.
Kamke. 4 seconds left. He's going to try the field goal, and it will be good. So Nixa will take the 3-point lead with 4 seconds left in the first half. Braden Kamke is able to send that one through the uprights for his first field goal this season. I think he's perfect on extra points besides the first one of the season. But now he's perfect on field goals as well.
But one thing to remember here is that Carthage does get the ball to start the second half, which could still give him a lead as Nixa is only up by 3. So we'll see what the Nixa defense tries to do here. It'll definitely be a very crucial opening drive for the second half.
And I think the clock should have ran there on that field goal as it wasn't an extra point. And they put 1 second up on the clock now. So just a kickoff from Nixa, and we will be heading on into halftime and the second half after that. And you just got to wonder, that drive there, Nixa was able to move the ball so quickly, why they just haven't been able to do that the rest of the game and keep it keep the ball moving like they did there.
Here will be the final action in the game here with the kickoff. Carthage will probably just field it down here. Don't expect much.
Fields will kick off with just a second left as Nixa leads by 3. It is a squib kick down to the 20. It is fielded, and he finds a hole down the sideline, but is shoved out of bounds, and that is how the first half will end. Nixa leads 10-7, only a 3-point lead for the state-ranked Eagles as Carthage is giving them a run for their money. The battle of the unbeaten will resume at the end of this short break for halftime. We'll be back in just a little bit.
I'm DK Nelson here at Eagle Stadium with Coach Perry of the Nixa Eagles. Coach, field goal in the last 4 seconds of the half to put you up by 3. How big was that score going into the half with Carthage getting the ball?
I think it was really big considering we had, 40 seconds when we took the ball. We made a couple of really big plays, got in there and kicked this field goal, going to half up 10-7. I thought that was a really big play, really big drive.
Yes, sir. And you guys have held Carthage to 7 points at the half. And how big was that point being made, holding this dangerous Carthage offense to little points in this game?
Man, I thought it was a great first half. 2 really, really good defenses kind of duking it out. Now we'll see who can go in at halftime, make a few adjustments, and be better in the second half.
And with those adjustments, what do you want to see out of your guys?
More points.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and good luck in the second half. Stay tuned, and it's going to be a good one.
And bring this unique art, music, vibrancy that defines New York City. Next Saturday, September the 27th, the band will travel to Ozark High School to compete in the Ozark Marching Festival. The band performs at 3:20 p.m. and again in the finals competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Nixa High School is proud to present drum major Wyatt Adkins, Maddie Junica, Kinsey Gifford, Dalton Jones, and the 2025 Nixa Crimson Corps performing NYC Concrete Canvas. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, the 2025 Nixa Crimson Corps. I tell you, when they hit that big band sound, that is incredible. Great job. Hey, the band would like to thank Legacy Trucking for their continued support of the Nixa Band program. And if you're interested in learning more about the band program, including how to be part of the band boosters, please visit nixabands.net. You can also follow the band program on social media at Nixa Bands. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. They're going to be here after the game to perform their fifth quarter music review. Great job, guys and gals. And, of course, Mr. Finger has done a tremendous job for that group putting that together. And I don't think any of us know how much time that takes. Great job, Crimson Corps, coming up fifth quarter after the game. Soon as the band clears, we'll have the dance team coming up momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome to the field the 2025-2026 Nixa High School Dance Team. We would like to welcome and introduce the dance team to you. Captain Maddie Ganucci. Captain Hannah Shores. Co-captain Scarlett Lair. Co-captain Briley Welch. Spirit captain Maggie Flynn. Spirit captain Sophia Savage. Dance team member Lauren Ahern. Dance team member McKenna Capon. Annabelle Clark. Macy Herring. Tessa Kepley. Ella Lindsay, Brylan Mulichek, and McKenna Thebe. Of course, head coach, and she has done a fantastic job, Miss Kayla Warner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025-2026 dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The Nixa High School 2025-2026 dance team captains Maddie Ganucci and Hannah Shores. Head coach Kayla Warner. I guarantee you those girls burn about 10,000 calories in a minute and a half. Tremendous job, ladies. Fantastic job. Hey, coming up, we got some smile cams. Thank you to the Nixa Live broadcast crew. And first up, we've got the Austin Orthodontics Smile Cams. So here's how it goes. If you see the camera on you, you're supposed to smile. That's a cute smile right there. There it is. I don't think she knows the camera. There it is. There's the smile. There's the smile, Coke on the beard and everything. That's a good smile. There's some spirit. There you go. Big smile. I like the hat. The camera is on you. There it is. Will work. Oh, what a cutie. Oh, good looking hat. Thank you to Austin Orthodontics for sponsoring the Smile Cam. We are so thankful for some of our great sponsors. Hey, what we're going to do now is we're going to play something for you, and we're going to do a little sing-along. So sing with us. When the music turns down, sing as loud as you can. I think you'll know these songs. Here we go. Song number 1. Keep singing. Hey, great job on the sing-along. Thank you for participating. Great job. Hey, we'd like to thank Rage Fitness. Rage Fitness is our flex cam. So you see the camera on you. Let's see the muscles. Here we go, flex cam. All right, let's see those guns. There's some guns. You guys need to be on the football field. Man, look at those pipes. There's some guns. Hey, look at those guns. Couple more. Let's see them. There you go. Uh-oh, she's embarrassed. There they are. Sleeves rolled up and all. All right, thank you, Rage Fitness, for sponsoring the Flex Cam. They do a fantastic job. Thank you guys for doing that for us. Hey, we're going to do another sing-along. Here we go. I think you guys will like this one. Fantastic job. If you're flexible enough, make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. Fantastic job. Hey, we got one more cam for you. So if you've got little ones, grab those little ones It's the Lion King cam. Here we go. Let's see those little babies. There's a cutie. There's one. Oh my goodness. There's a big one. Oh, look at that. All right. Oh, what a cutie. Oh my goodness. Hey, thank you to Nixa Live broadcast crew. They do a fantastic job getting the cameras in the right places, instant replays. Fantastic job, guys and gals.
We welcome you back to Eagles Stadium, where the second half is underway. Nixa leads by 3, 10-7. If you're just now joining us, I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Carter Zaromsky, and we have a big second half ahead of us. Here, Carthage gets the ball to start, spins away from the tackle, and he's breaking free up near the 50. Good way to start for the Tigers. I was just about to say Nixa ended the first half with a field goal to extend their lead to 3, but Carthage has now good starting field position at the 50-yard line exactly to start this second quarter. It was a big defensive half in the first half. You can probably tell that by the scoreboard. Lots of fourth down stops from Nixa, and then Carthage was forcing punts themselves as well. Handoff West, and he's going to find a hole to the right. Moving up the sideline now and runs out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and Carthage is just rolling to start this second half.
Yeah, Carthage is coming out with guns a-blazing. They had a great return there, and then there's that great run rolling with momentum there. A great way to start the second half. Slowly but surely, the offense is starting to pop out. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on this.
Speaking of offense, Nix's offense had a spark there at the end of the first half, and here Carthage is catching one themselves. Browning's going to keep this one now. He flips the field and is moving up the right side once again, and that'll be enough for a first down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Carthage Tigers, and they are just looking very hot offensively right now, because they are moving this ball efficiently.
For sure. Definitely gaining some of that momentum that Nixa had lost at the end of that drive. One thing we kind of want to touch up on was the missed catch there by Scholar Brown. He caught it with his body and not his hands. Definitely needs to gain more concentration there.
West is going to move up with that run. Almost lost the ball there, but had the strong hands to keep that one and get a good game there.
And Carthage has been rolling and rolling here already in Nixa's red zone here in scoring position. And like we mentioned earlier, Carthage, we were definitely worried about that. Carthage getting the ball in the second half. Problems could happen there, and so far it has.
2nd and 2 on Nixa's 12-yard line. In motion is Landon Bland for the Carthage Tigers. Browning is going to hand it off and get the first down, so it will be 1st and goal for the Carthage Tigers. Now only a minute and 9 seconds now ticking into this second half. So Carthage has been moving with authority as they are now itching near the goal line. Browning is going to keep the ball once again, move forward, and almost find the end zone, but is just maybe a yard or two short. And it will be 2nd and goal, as Nixa's defense is going to have an amazing stop here if they want to stop the Tigers from scoring.
A stop like this did happen in that game versus Webb City, that crucial 4th down stop at the goal line. Let's see if Nixa's defense can replicate that. The stadium is shaking. The Dirty Birds are getting loud. Here we go.
Browning now, man in motion. Going to hand off up the middle, and it looks like it may have gotten stopped, but he's going to break free and break the plane for the touchdown. The Tigers strike first in the second half and take the lead on the Eagles by 3. Extra point can make it 4. And Carthage looks very good going in to this second half there. West was able to break free and find the end zone. And now the special teams unit will come onto the field for the extra point. Is up and good. 4-point lead for the Carthage Tigers, and we are just over 2 minutes into this third quarter. So they scored very quickly now, as Nixa's defense is yet to find a stop for that run game.
Yeah, and I believe this is the first time in the season for Nixa that their opponent has had a lead on them. It might not be much, but it is definitely significant here for Carthage, and it is crucial here for Nixa's offense to get that lead back, gain back some of that dignity there. Here comes the return team.
And Carter Mabe and Randy Flint back to return, as Nixa's offense is going to have to put together a nice drive here to try and cut into Carthage's newfound lead. At the end of the first half, they had a pretty methodical drive there, a couple slant passes, and they just ran out of time, and then a drop touchdown from Scholar Brown as well, or else they would be at 14-2 with Carthage. And kicking off is Douglas again, as he's going to send a pooch kick over to Brown, who will field it near the 35-yard line, and he will be stopped at the 37, and we will send it down to the sideline.
I'm Zoe Ward here at the Eagle Stadium. The theme tonight is Country versus Country Club. I started my night off with Country Club and have moved on to Country to show the Eagles some support. The Eagles may be down for the first time all season, but they can surely get back up. We still have a quarter and a half to go. Let's see what these Eagles can do. Back up to y'all in the booth.
Thank you, Zoe. Here we got McCaster in Wildcat formation, moving left. He's going to find a hole and break free, moving up the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles. Jaden McCaster finds some space and takes it all the way to the house as Nixa gains their lead back in just one play.
There you have it, Jaden McCaster. He always has such a long run. At least one play in the game, and there you have it. There's that one long run that you see from McCaster, able to get past the defender, able to get up that sideline quick and get into the end zone.
And they're moving laterally. He was getting away from the tackle, and right as he got him off of him, he was able to turn on those jets and get it moving. Extra point is nailed by Braden Kamke. That one's all the way to the fence. And the Eagles now regain the lead by 3. But it's just McCaster's ability to move laterally and get away from the defender and then turn upfield and use that speed that he has to find the end zone and go upfield.
Absolutely, but now we got to rely on Nixa's defense here. I mean, they've had some good stops here and there, but then again, like we mentioned earlier, they just haven't been that consistent. And if Nixa wants to win the game and beat Carthage and win the battle of the undefeateds, they're going to have to get those 3rd and 4th down stops on defense.
So 2 quick touchdowns early into this second half. We're just 2.5 minutes in, so these teams have come out firing on all cylinders as Nixa regains their lead by 3 on that last big run from McCaster. Jonah Fields will come out to boot the ball to the Tigers. And Nichols and West are back to return for Carthage. Fields sends it their way. Big kick from him is in the back of the end zone and is a touchback for Carthage. They will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Last drive, they were able to get 2 big runs to start and score pretty quickly into this second half, and I think they're going to keep exploiting that Nixa run defense.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, and it's kind of been a theme for Nixa these past 4 games even. Their run defense has been weaker and inconsistent, but, you know, there have been those flashes there.
Jet sweep around, and he's going to break a tackle and move upfield, and it'll be 2nd and 2. And right there, it just highlights another problem. It's right there, they got to him, but they just weren't able to take him down. Right there, he just slips through 2 defensive players there, 2 D linemen, and I mean, you just got to make those tackles there and bring them down. You won the rep, you got to finish it. Browning's going to keep this one, move left, and there they're able to make the tackle. Randy Flint found Browning behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
There on the replay, you see he rolls out left. Randy Flint keeping his eyes on him and able to get low and take the quarterback down there. Great defensive play made by Randy Flint, keeping his eyes on the ball and taking the quarterback down.
And there was his patience. He waited to see if he was going to cut inside or break outside. Saw he broke outside and immediately went for Browning. Handoff up the middle, and there they get him down once again. West is stopped for a minimal gain. And 4th down will now come up for the Tigers. It'll be 4th and 3 early into this 3rd quarter as Mabe is out on the field back at safety. Kellis just came out in case they're punting. And Carthage will keep their offense on the field. Big 4th down now in this 3rd quarter. Here we go. They're going to come out and try to punt it their way. And that's not a very good punt from Carthage, as Nixa was able to correctly predict what they were going to do. And Nixa's defense gets the stop as the offense takes over with good field position near the 50-yard line.
Definitely a bit of a confusing play there. You don't see a lot of quarterback punts, but Nixa's defense, like Brady said, was able to accurately predict that, as we saw Carter Mabe drop into the backfield. And like we said, they're not the best punt there from Zane Browning, as Nixa will field it at the 45-yard line.
And it's kind of an awkward punt, too, with the defensive line all in your face. So kind of a weird play call there, like you said. Cubic in motion. McKnight's just going to give this one to McCaster, who's going to give it back to Flint on the end around, and Carthage read that perfectly as Nixa loses a big chunk of yardage there.
Tackle made by number 1, Noah Norbury, was able to stick there with Randy Flint, able to get that ball down. The trick play there did not work, and as you can see there on the replay, was able to be very patient and get him by the foot, causing Nixa to lose a few yards.
And Flint has seen a lot of offense this game, and he has been very productive there as well. Also on defense, he's been all over the place. McCaster will take the direct snap, and he's going to find another hole. This one's broken free on the left side, too. One man to beat, and he's going to go all the way to the house. For the second time this game, McCaster's going to find the end zone on a big run and give Nixa the 9-point lead.
And a touchdown off of a Wildcat play. Wow. I mean, that's definitely something that the Carthage defense needs to work on. I mean, they know it's going to be a running play because very rarely will you see the running back throw the ball in an instance like that. But McCaster takes it to the house down the left sideline again, increasing Nixa's lead.
Kick is up and good, so Nixa leads by 10 now with 6:45 left in the second quarter. And I don't know what went on in that locker room for Nixa, but that was definitely... They definitely got an energy boost there as they came out firing on offense to start the second half.
It has for sure been very impressive. Nixa team has come out rolling with a bunch of points, scoring 10 unanswered. Who knows, they could get more if Nixa's defense gets more consistent. And then on that last drive, that was quite a great stop there, and if they keep that up, Nixa will for sure win this game.
Yeah, they've been looking better. On that first drive, it looked kind of shaky, and then they got to that second one, and they were able to pick it up. So we'll see if they can stay consistent throughout the rest of this football game, as Nixa now holds the lead by 10. Field sends it Carthage's way, and he's going to field it inside the 5-yard line. He's got a long way to go, and good tackle is made by none other than Braden Parks on the return. Nichols was not able to go anywhere, as Carthage's offense now has something to prove after getting stopped there after a quick start to the second half.
And not the best start there for Carthage, being able to be stopped pretty deep in their own territory. And let's see what the Carthage offense can pull off here after not the greatest success so far.
Lots of men in motion for the Tigers. Browning is going to flip this one out to West, who's going to use a quick burst of speed to move upfield. And his helmet gets ripped off. I almost think it might have been face mask, but no flag there, so he gets a 5-yard gain.
Here on the replay, you can see perfectly executed flick there. Uses that burst speed to turn upfield. Max Nickel with the tackle, able to get him down. And perfectly executed play there by the offense. Great flick, but then Max Nickel was able to come in rolling and get that stop. It's still a sizable gain for Carthage.
Browning's going to keep this one now, looking for a hole and finds one. He's going to break free, moving forward, stop and go near the 50-yard line, and he's dragged down by a couple of Eagles, but not before he moves into Nixa territory by the 40-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 44 as there is a big run for the Carthage Tigers.
And here comes Mr. Two-Way himself, Hunter Jensen, coming into the game. And like we saw on that play, there was that QB run, which can be dangerous against any team because it's definitely not very expected. So definitely surprising the Nixa defense there.
Direct snap to West as he follows his blockers and is now loose up the sideline as Flint makes a good tackle there to bring, or no, that was Parks, excuse me, makes a good fundamental tackle there to bring him down, but not before he makes it up to Nixa's 20-yard line, and they are that much closer to finding the end zone.
Yeah, so far their run game has been good. They're able to get through those holes really quickly, as we saw on that replay there. He was able to just shoot through and get some sizable yardage there. And here comes Carthage rolling into Nixa's red zone.
Browning's going to keep this one after the fake and move forward for maybe 3 yards there. Just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. The 2nd and 7 now for the Carthage Tigers there. Nixa was able to get through the offensive line and stop him for a minimal gain.
Yeah, and their number 20, Max Nickel, was able to get in Browning's way there. As he found that hole, Nickel was able to close it up very quickly to prevent an even bigger gain of yards there.
Lots of movement from the Carthage offense. Here, direct snap to the running back, and he is found immediately in the backfield by Mabe, who missed the tackle there. And that allowed number 21, Jet Dalton, to move forward for a couple more yards.
Nixa very close to scoring here. And on the tackle, number 35, Jaden Camp. Definitely a great sophomore. You know, you'll see him on varsity sometimes gets put in the game. He's an absolute dog on JV as well. Here comes a crucial 3rd down to cut the lead.
3rd and 8. Carthage is trailing by 10. They need to score here. Browning looks right to his running back, Dalton, who is stopped by Parks with a good open field tackle. And 4th down will now be due up for the Tigers. 4th and 5 to be exact. And I assume Carthage will go for it here and try to cut into Nixa's 10-point lead.
That would definitely be the smart thing to do here, but it is definitely a little bit of yardage there to get to that 1st down.
And everyone here on Nixa's side is standing up. It is loud over here. Anything to stop this Carthage offense from getting the 1st down. Browning's gonna drop back, look over the field, throws it over the middle, and it's intercepted by Flint. Flint moving upfield. He's going to break a tackle now. He's got 1 man to beat. Up the sideline. All the way. Touchdown, Randy Flint. Big 6. Oh, my goodness. Isn't it great? What an electric play from Flint.
That was an 83-yard pick 6 there from Randy Flint, ladies and gentlemen. Able to find that ball and turn upfield, beat all of Carthage's men, upping the lead to 16 points. My goodness.
Man, what? I mean, just ball hawking skills there. Got right in front. You were just reading the defender's eye, or the offensive eyes perfectly, and picked it off there. Extra points good. And man, what a turn of events for the Eagles. Lead by 2 scores, or 3 scores now, excuse me. And they have just been on fire this 3rd quarter, showing why they are as good as they are.
That was definitely not the play we expected to see there, but Randy Flint, just one of those top dogs on defense, able to make those big plays like that. And there's 2:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Carthage receiving here. Carthage has got a lot to do if they want to cut the lead down and win the game here. But Nixa has been rolling, gaining that momentum, playing a lot better football than we've seen the past few weeks.
Yeah, they've been looking like that state-ranked team that they're said to be this 3rd quarter. They've scored 3 touchdowns, and they've just been unanswered by this Carthage offense. Fields. His kick will be fielded in the end zone, and a touchback is called for the Carthage Tigers as their offense comes back on the field after that pick six with some new motivation. Here's another look at the pick. Browning's rolling left, and Flint just waits for it, sees it coming. That's just easy pickings for him. He gets past the first man and then uses that speed we talked about whenever he scored that touchdown on offense. So he's got a touchdown on offense and defense. Reminds you a little bit of Travis Hunter, as Flint has been all over the place on both sides of the ball. Browning is going to keep the ball here and is tackled by Jaden Russell there for no gain. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And Nixa is just going off here, and there is an injury on the field for Carthage.
Injury on the field like you mentioned. Timeout called by the officials, and we will be back after this short break.
Let's give that young man a hand. Heck of an athlete.
Welcome back. Now Landon West getting helped off the field. Looked like in a lot of pain there. So thoughts and prayers out to him as he gets helped off the field. He's been a key player for Carthage today. Scored a touchdown and done much more for them on the ground game. A tough loss for them. And now Carthage has to face a 2nd and 10. Direct snap to Dalton, and he's going to move forward, break a couple tackles now, keep going near the first down marker to the 30-yard line. Was Jet Dalton. Good run from him.
Yeah, he was able to turn on the field pretty quickly, find that hole, get past a few men, able to reach past Reed Wilson there and get those extra yards, making it 3rd and manageable here. Carthage's offense starting to show some flashes here, looking very motivated to cut down this lead.
3rd and 1. Handoff to Dalton, and he's stopped immediately by the Nixa defensive front. Max Gradell was in there, and he is able to send them backwards for 4th down.
Yeah, there's just a flock of Eagles there. You see some of the D-line, secondary, Ty Kelson there. Like Brady said, Max Gradell, everyone was just in there and ready to stop that run. Here comes a very, very crucial play here.
It's looking like they might punt here, and they will. Now 4th and 3. Mabe back to return for Nixa. High snap and flag called on the play. If this is against Nixa, it might be a 1st down for Carthage. See what the referee
Prior to the
says.
snap, delay a game. Offense.
Delay
5-yard
of game
penalty. 4th down.
on Carthage, and I think that might have been on, or no, that wouldn't have been on purpose. It's only near like the 50-yard line. So just over a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Now here's the punt. This one a little bit better than the last one. Mabe's going to field it at the 50-yard line. Break a tackle now. Jukes another man and keeps going up to the 40. Mabe putting the moves on the Carthage Tigers special teams. and was able to get Nixa some good field position up to the 40-yard line. The offense finally comes back to the field. Haven't seen it in a while due to Randy Flint's pick 6. But here they are now. Last time they were on, Jaden McCaster took one all the way to the touchdown. So we will see what they do here. 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Handoff, McCaster once again. They go right back to him, and he's going to find a hole and move upfield to the 30-yard line and pick up the first down. Or no, they're going to mark him short. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Looked like he got the first down. Must have had the knee down a little bit before. Handoff to McCaster again, and he wasn't down. Somehow stays on his feet and is finally plays blown dead as he is dragged out of bounds. As McCaster gets the first down there for Nixa.
13 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter. And there, Jaden McCaster gets the first down. Definitely a chance to get a touchdown here. I mean, Nixa has scored 17 unanswered points. It has been crazy with McCaster's touchdowns to the house and Randy Flint's pick 6, but it looks like they will be letting the clock run here.
Yeah, the clock runs out
it's the end
now
of the third quarter.
As the fourth quarter is underway. Nixa leads 31-14 with the ball in good field position. We'll be back after this short break.
Don't fumble when it comes to your home's comfort. Our air services team is on the ball with all your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs. We offer fast, same-day service, top-quality products. Get in touch with us today and score your peace of mind.
Don't get nervous, call Air Services today.
Keep your eye on the helmet.
And we are back here. The fourth quarter is just underway. Nixa has the ball on Carthage's 25-yard line as they lead by 17, I believe. Yes, 17. I was making sure I did my math right in my head. Now 12 minutes left in this football game. Nixa here with a chance to score and put themselves up 4 scores, potentially icing as McCaster runs into his own man and is then leveled by the Carthage defender. A little bit of a miscommunication there as Nixa loses a yard or 2 on that play.
Definitely not the best way to start off the fourth quarter there. He runs into Scholar Brown there a bit and then, like Brady said, got leveled there by the Carthage defenders, but there still is that momentum. The new time left in the fourth quarter. Nixa does have an opportunity to score here.
As McKnight's going to hand this one off to McCaster again, who trying to break free, almost does, but the play is blown dead as he gets up to the 21-yard line. And that is a good carry from McCaster. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for this Nixa offense as they, I imagine, just trying to chew some clock here and get out of this game as quickly as they can.
For sure. Definitely seems pretty solidified for Nixa as they are up 17. Play pretty conservative, pretty slow. Not waste anyone's time.
And it looks like timeout will be called.
Timeout. Nixa.
By Nixa. So their first timeout of this half as they're going to talk some things over. They have a big 3rd down coming up here, so they're trying to extend their lead to potentially 24 if they can score here. Carthage has got to get the stop here if they want any hope in this game. as Nixa's offense has just looked elite in the second half, along with their defense and that pick six from Randy Flint with that electrifying play. Now back to the game, 3rd and 5, 10 minutes, 45 seconds left in the ball game. McCaster is going to move in motion to the right. McKnight throws his way, and he's going to move up the sideline, try to put the shoulder down, and will be close to the sticks and pick up the first down easily. And Nixa will move over to the 13-yard line.
It definitely utilizing McCaster as a pass option, very smart, because although he can run very fast, he also can catch too. And speaking of McCaster, he's in Wildcat formation right now.
Here he is, yeah, direct snap. McCaster, he's going to try to leap over a man, but is taken down as he gets up slowly, helped by Hunter Jensen for the short gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7. Nixa moves on to the 10-yard line. This clock just keeps on ticking. Nixa can get a first down before they score if they need to. McKnight looks straight to McCaster, and that throw was a little bit in front of him. I think it's better he didn't catch it because he was going to get lit up if he did. And that incompletion brings up 3rd and 7 for the Nixa Eagles.
And like Brady said, it probably was a good thing that McCaster did catch that ball, because as you saw, Carthage defender was just flying straight at him, saw that coming immediately. It was the last play. Same thing, just changed different sides. And here we go, 3rd down.
McKnight takes the snap, looks left to Randy Flint, and he's going to try to break a tackle, but he will not be able to. And that will bring up 4th and 7, as it looks like Nixa may just kick this field goal here. No, they're going to leave the offense on the field as Reed Wilson came into the game. That's why I was kind of confused there. Maybe they were kicking the field goal. Left hash for Nixa's offense. 4th and 5. McKnight fakes the handoff. He's rolling back and throws it to Mabe, that was Wilson, excuse me, who catches it and is able to get inside the 5 for the first down. As Wilson makes a good grab there, coming in usually on defense, able to get it done there. And we see another defensive player take the field. Jaden Camp now comes in on offense.
Yeah, you know, when they put those defensive players in, it could be a problem, because, you know, some of those guys can definitely get in those balls pretty quick.
Handoff McCaster right up the middle, and he will break the plane. Touchdown, Nixa extends their lead to 23.
And Nixa has just been on fire. 23 unanswered points. Carthage has a very slim chance of victory now with less than 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
That is McCaster's 3rd touchdown of the game, I believe. So he is having a great comeback game from all those injuries he was facing with. Kamke remains perfect on the night. And Nixa will now lead 37-14, and we will send it to the sideline with DK Nelson.
I'm DK Nelson here at Eagle Stadium in Nixa, Missouri. Coach John Perry talked a lot about wanting extra and more points in the second half, and Jaden McCaster has delivered. That's 3 touchdowns in this half alone. Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, DK Nelson. Nixa leads by 24. If you're just now joining us, I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Carter Zoromski, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Tana McClure from Central High School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for reaching out to producer Jordan Burns and, just giving us, telling us we do a nice job and giving some thoughtful words our way. So thank you to you and the school in Central in Baton Rouge. Positive words mean a lot to us as we try to bring the best streams your way every week that we can. And also, if you like our streams and want to help support us, we have an Amazon wish list where you can donate. There's the QR code up on the screen, or look up nixa.red/nlive. You can donate us batteries, headsets, cameras, anything that'll help us improve our streams for you guys, the viewers. As Browning looks like he's in some frustration there. As man runs off the field, he'll keep the ball here moving up the middle and is dragged down by the Nixa defense.
Yeah, and what it looked like there, they had quite a bit of men on the line. Very heavy stack there with the run. Worked a little bit with the gain of 3. Breaking second down. Here come 2 men on the field.
8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game. Nixa was able to turn around the second half and extend their lead to 24. Here's a handoff up the middle. That is a decent gain. Now that was number 21, Jet Dalton. The junior was able to get a decent run there and take a big chunk of yardage off the field. 1st and 10 for Carthage.
Carthage gaining a little bit of momentum here, hoping to cut this lead down a little bit with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Man in motion, and it will be given to him. That is number 4, Brody Jackson, as he was stopped very, very quickly after for a 2-yard gain.
Here he's running up the left end with the tackle, number 96, Max Gridell. It's been great on the defensive line. Got that tackle there. Great job. Brings up 2nd down.
Browning fakes the handoff and uses his legs of his own, and he is taken down just past the 45-yard line. Be 3rd down and 2 for the Carthage Tigers, as this clock just keeps on ticking now. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 2.
Carthage has definitely, got that run going, but it's definitely a bit too late in the game as Nixa has scored 23 unanswered points. A lot done by the offense here, definitely some improvements, and the defense as well. We've seen a lot of improvements here.
Browning fakes the handoff and rolls out right, dumps it off to his running back, who is able to move up the sideline. Now breaking tackle still going, and he still gets pushed up to the 25-yard line. What a play from Cade Lawson. The senior back was able to move upfield in what looked like was maybe just a 5-yard gain, turned it into maybe a 20.
And that was an amazing run there. As you can see on the replay here, he beat quite a bit of men there, had their arms wrapped around him, but he was able to squeeze past them and get a very sizable gain for Carthage.
Dalton with the keeper there and gets a decent gain up to the 21. 2nd and 5.
Here comes Mr. Two-Way, Hunter Jensen, into the game. This shows that Nixa means business, trying to stop this drive here. Here we go. Carthage looking to score here.
Hand off to Dalton, and he's going to find a hole and move upfield just past the 15. And that'll move the chains for the Tigers.
Tackled there by number 7, Reed Wilson. He's definitely been quite efficient in this game on defense, and even on offense with that catch he made. You love to see it when Coach Perry puts those defensive players into the game, like we saw with him and Jaden Camp, even the sophomore, trying to trick up Carthage's defense, but they are playmakers and will catch the ball if necessary.
Browning's going to keep this one himself. Goes right and moves up to the 6-yard line. Just itching closer and closer to Nixa's end zone as they are deep in their own territory. 5 minutes left in the game. Carthage is trying to score and cut into this lead. Direct snap taken, and he's going to move right and down for maybe a 1-yard gain. Noah Norbury with the run there. Direct snap to him.
There's only 4:30 left on the clock. Carthage is trying to keep some of their dignity here on this 3rd down, trying to score, cut that lead a little bit. Here we go. The stadium is shaking. Dirty Birds are trying to pressure Carthage's offense.
Browning's going to keep this one. Looking left, and he's going to move upfield now. Diving for the end zone, and he will find it. Touchdown, Carthage. As they are up to 20 now on the scoreboard. And one more extra point. They will be down by 17 as they cut into this Nixa lead. Maybe a bit too late, but still a good drive put together from the Tigers.
There's that sneaky run there. Direct snap there by number 1, Noah Norbury. Trick play there a little bit. That wildcat formation like we see with Jaden McCaster, but instead with Carthage able to get it in the end zone. Cut the lead down to keep some of that dignity. Here's the extra point.
2-point conversion try as Browning's going to roll out right and send a pass towards Tate Nichols, where he catches it and makes the deficit 16, as they are now 2 scores away from Nixa with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Carthage needs a miracle to happen here. Down 2 scores with 2-point conversions. 4 minutes left on the clock. All hope is not lost, though. Carthage seems to be a little bit more hopeful after that one drive, but Nixa will get the ball here. Like I said, Carthage is going to need an absolute miracle, but so far, looks like Nixa has secured the victory. Here comes McCaster in the backfield, replacing Mabin Flint, probably suggesting that Carthage might try an onside kick here, as most of Nixa's men are up in the front.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of obvious for this Nixa team that they might try an onside here, as they're down 16 with such little time remaining. Jade McCaster's back, like you mentioned, with lots of Eagles up, ready for the onside. Onside, good bounce, and Mabe has some good hands there. Dropped one earlier in the season, but there he's able to rise up through the contact and get the ball there.
That was definitely one of the better onside kicks I've seen.
That was a really good grab from Mabe, though. Look at him.
Yeah, it's
leveled midair. Like you said, good kick.
The ball spins a bit there, but Mabe is able to jump up and grab the ball. So great job there by Carter Mabe, making sure that Carthage's hopes are diminished.
So 4 minutes left. Adams comes to the field replacing McCaster. As Nixa leads by 16, Carthage has got to get a stop here. Adams will be the tailback and gets up to the 50-yard line. 3-yard gain for Nixa.
Jax Adams is quite a great running back. I mean, in that game versus Webb City when McCaster was struggling a little bit, you saw
Carthage.
Him come in and do his job, as well as Joshua Ford in there as well. And a timeout there is called by Carthage.
Yeah, they're going to try to get a 3-and-out, force one of those out of Nixa, get the ball back, score quickly, and then they have to get the onside or else that might be it. So Carthage defense, you've got to try to get the stop. The timeouts here necessarily just to stop the clock and try to get the ball back as quickly as you can.
And that onside kick is definitely something to look out for because that kick wasn't bad. I mean, got the good spin on it. Could have prevented Nixa from grabbing it, but then Carter was able to jump up and grab it. And McCaster comes back into the game for Adams. 3:51 left on the clock.
McKnight is in the backfield with McCaster on the left hash. He will just give it to him as McCaster puts the arm down and quick burst of speed now turns on the Jets. And they will say he stepped out as he had a clear path to the end zone. McCaster will be stopped up by the out-of-bounds marker at the 34-yard line.
Here we see on the replay, he was able to cut upfield, but definitely does step out of bounds there. Would have been his 3rd touchdown of the night, driving up that sideline. But he still did get a sizable gain there, pushing Nixa closer and closer to victory.
Adams is the only one in the backfield. Here he gets the direct snap now, looking right, and is swallowed up by the Carthage defensive front. 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles. Norbury was there on the tackle for the Tigers. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in this game. Nixa is just going to try to run down the clock. They got 15 seconds left on the play clock as they come out of the huddle now. McKnight's going to have the QB keeper, and he breaks the tackle, tries to juke a defender, but he is wrapped down at the 20-yard line as McKnight easily picks up the 1st down and will keep the chains moving for Nixa.
Nixa is slowly but surely chugging up the field, making sure that nothing absolutely crazy happens, playing it safe. Definitely the best option here. 2:40 left in the 4th quarter. Nixa closer and closer to sweet victory.
2.5 minutes now. Nixa on Carthage's 20-yard line. Adams is going to get the handoff and stopped after a generous 1-yard gain. It looked like he was stopped immediately by the defensive line. And it'll be 2nd and 9 with 2 minutes remaining here. Carthage has 3 timeouts. Nixa has 2. Or I believe that might be flopped unless Nixa. I thought Carthage used one.
Yeah,
there.
no, they did.
So is how Carthage only has 2. Adams is going to motion out left as McKnight's just going to keep this one. Now breaks a tackle, moving up the sideline to around the 10-yard line. McKnight gets close to the 1st down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. And it will be 3rd and short. So one more first down and this game will be all but over.
Yes, 1 minute left on the clock. Slowly but surely. Nixa's chewing out the clock. Less than a minute remaining now.
3rd and 1 for the Nixa Eagles here. They can ice the game if they are successful. Adams takes the snap, moves right, and I think he did get a yard, and that will give Nixa the first down. And Nixa will maybe just have to take a kneel, and that will be all she wrote. Adams came in there and got the job done. And looks like they will move into victory formation. Or just run the ball once and let the clock run out. McKnight takes the knee, and Nixa is going to come out of this game with a win. Looked rough in the first half, but some third quarter offensive and defensive plays electrified the team and propelled them to get it done. Nixa wins this game 38-22. Players of the game will be Randy Flint, who had 2 touchdowns offensive and defensively, so definitely a fun game for him, and Jaden McCaster, who had 3 touchdowns as well. This was a great game. The 2 undefeated teams on the COC. And Carter, what'd you like out of these 2 teams this game?
Nixa has definitely improved quite a bit. I mean, we saw a lot more offensive and defensive action from them.
And we'll talk about and we'll see the game highlights now. Move upfield, he gets stopped by his own teammate, and will get brought down by Ty Kellis. Direct snap, he's gonna try to move upfield, he gets stopped by his own teammate, and will get brought down by Ty Kellis. 2 timeouts, Browning's gonna look left to west, and he's gonna slip a tackle now, moving upfield. Defender on his back will drag. Browning steps back, he's looking for a receiver, he's just gonna flick one forward, almost intercepted, and just drops incomplete. Direct snap, and he's gonna move right, break a tackle, and find the end zone touchdown. Carthage, Jet Dalton there. McKnight is gonna look right, and it's a slant to Owen Locke, who is gonna get some decent yardage. He's gonna hand off up the middle, and it looks like it may have gotten stopped. Here we got McCaster in Wildcat formation, moving left. He's gonna find a hole and break free, moving up the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles. Jaden McCaster finds some space and takes it all the way to the house as Nixa. McCaster will take the direct snap, and he's going to find another hole. This one's broken free on the left side too. 1 man to beat, and he's going to go all the way to the house. For the 2nd time this game, McCaster will take the direct snap, and he's going to find another hole. This one's broken free on the left side too. 1 man to beat, and he's going to go all the way to the house. For the 2nd time this game, direct snap to West as he follows his blockers and is now loose up the sideline as Flint makes a good first down. Browning's gonna drop back, look over the field, throws it over the middle, and it's intercepted by Flint. Flint moving upfield, he's gonna break a tackle now. He's got 1 man to beat. Up the sideline, all the way, touchdown Randy Flint, big 6. Handoff to McCaster again, and he wasn't down, somehow stays on his feet, and is finally 4 scores, potentially icing as McCaster runs into his own. McKnight fakes the handoff, he's rolling back and throws it to Mabe, that was Wilson, excuse me, who catches it. Handoff McCaster right up the middle, and he will break the plane. Touchdown, Nixa.
We've seen a lot of improvements here.
Browning fakes the handoff and rolls out right, dumps it off to his running back, who is able to move up the sideline. Now breaking tackle still going, and he still gets pushed up. Browning's going to keep this one. Looking left, and he's going to move upfield now. Diving for the end zone, and he will find. Browning's going to keep this one. Looking left, and he's going to move upfield now. Diving for the end zone, and he will find. Onside, good bounce, and Mabe has some good hands there. McKnight's going to have the QB keeper, and he breaks the tackle. Tries to juke a defender, but he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, they never disappoint. United Plumbing, thank you for the fireworks. Fantastic job. Wow. What a great day to be an Eagle.
I'm DK Nelson here at Eagle Stadium. Joining me is one of our players of the game, Randy Flint. Randy, you had 2 touchdowns this game, but the big one, what was tallied as a 93-yard pick six. You said you wanted to become a legacy player. You said you wanted to leave something behind that people want to follow in your footsteps. You think that's the play that people are going to look back on?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about it. I think they gave me a great opportunity on that pass play. And then that pick, I was just waiting for it, and it came right into my hands, and I, just capitalized. So that's really it, man.
Yeah, and down at that time in the game, not many points put up on the board. How did that change the feeling on the sideline? How did that change the dynamic?
Well, anytime there's a big run or a big pass, I think it just gives an energy boost in the team, and everybody feels good about it, and that's the momentum we need to just keep going.
Thank you, Randy, and good luck on the rest of the season. Stay tuned. Zoe Ward will be with Jaden McCaster.
I'm Zoe Ward here, Jaden McCaster. You guys were down for the first time all season. How did it feel bringing your team back up?
I think I kind of knew. I kind of had a slow first half, so at halftime I kind of knew I needed to step it up a little bit. And I think once I got the opportunity, I just took advantage of it. I think that's ultimately what it took to kind of flip the momentum.
Yeah, I love to hear that. What are you going to do to prepare for your next game next Thursday?
We have a short week because of homecoming and all that, but I just think just making sure my body's good, just making sure I'm fresh.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to see you on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nixa
performing a portion of their 2025 competition show in YC.
Your players of the game there, Jaden McCaster and Randy Flint, 2 big parts and contributed to Nixa's win tonight. I want to say thank you for tuning in from the whole Nixa Live crew, producer Jordan Burns, my partner Carter Zaromsky, and myself, Brady Richard. I want to say have a good night and tune in next week.
Don't fumble when it comes to your home's comfort. Our air services team is on the ball with all your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs. We offer fast, same-day service, top-quality products. Get in touch with us today and score your peace of mind.
Don't get nervous, call Air Services